media. Thanks, my colleagues from the party, other colleagues who are here, and just take this opportunity first to recognize who have joined us in this party. First and foremost, we have Kilonzo Chris from People's Democratic Party, who is the Secretary General of the party. Then we have Ocheng of Devolution Party. Is Ocheng? Thanks for coming. We have George Owiti of Alternative Party of Kenya. I think he's around the corner. But most importantly, we've been joined by our chairman of the Political Parties Liaison Committee, Irungu Nyakera, who is also a member of the Democratic Party. Chairman Karibu. And he'll also be speaking briefly. So I have a short statement to make on behalf of Third Way Alliance Kenya. And then we'll also get the chairman of PPLC to speak to you. And then, of course, there is an incident that you are all aware happened last night. So our Secretary General will address that particular issue. But the first thing I want to say is that I want to thank all Kenyans. On behalf of Third Way, on my own behalf, we thank all those who endorsed Punguza Mzigo campaign and those who continue to support this initiative even as it now starts its journey to the county assemblies of Kenya. We have seen a very overwhelming support across the board in social media, in supermarkets and everywhere. This just confirms that this bill, Punguza Mzigo, is now coming to your county assemblies. It's no longer about Third Way Alliance Kenya. It's about everybody in this country. So I want to thank Kenyans for that overwhelming support. We are indeed touched. People have expressed, thank you also to us for staying resolute, for finally delivering that which others may have not been able to do in the past. But for just to emphasize the fact that we are very grateful to all those Kenyans who received us in all the at least 14 counties of Kenya that we visited. At their supermarkets, at their marketplaces, by the roadside when we collected this, those who signed online, those who signed the physical forms. You have all seen the results, the analysis of the outcome in Wafula Chebukati's letter yesterday. So we thank you all, and we don't have enough words to thank you. Now, our second issue is really our appeal to all elected leaders in this country. We are appealing to senators. We are appealing to governors. We are appealing to members of parliament, to members of the county assembly, to women reps. We appeal to you to support this bill. This bill brings immense benefits to your counties, to your constituencies, to your wards. It is not a selfish thing from us, Third Way Alliance Kenya. We've looked at the issues that will make this country prosper, that will uplift the people of Kenya, which is why you will find in the bill some of the proposal about using the ward as a primary unit of accelerated development. So we appeal to all elected leaders not to see this as political competition. It isn't for us. We only follow the Constitution, Article 257. Now that the bill is out there, it is coming to your constituency. We appeal to you to look at it critically, read it, understand it, and I am sure you will agree that it's of great benefit to your constituencies, to your people that you represent, and therefore, which is why we are asking you to support it. But we also want to invite the top leadership of this country. We are inviting President Uhuru Kenyatta, his deputy William Ruto, former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, and other elected leaders to publicly support this initiative. Specifically to President Uhuru, look no further for any legacy. If you support this bill, you will be fighting thieves of public money. You will easily achieve your Big Four agenda when we save Kenya shillings 3.78 trillion. We have costed this bill. We have costed the proposals that come with this bill. It comes to 3.78 trillion Kenya shillings. Now, the reason I'm emphasizing why President Uhuru must support this bill, because it will spur economic development and growth. We can even begin to immediately repay our current huge national debt, which is at about 6 trillion Kenya shillings. We will be able to address all outstanding CBAs, collective bargaining agreements, with doctors, which are all standing at less than 10 billion per year, with nurses, with teachers. And the effect of that is that we will be serving millions of millions of Kenyans when we address the problems with our nurses, with our doctors, with teachers. And that can only happen if we make a saving. Punguza Mzigo bill is saving the country 3.78 trillion. So if President Uhuru, in my view, want to fix all these problems, even want to go industrialization as he hopes to do, then I think you need to save money. We need to cut down on costs. We need to be realistic as a country. We are a developing country. We are struggling with so many basic needs, farming, recurrent farming, droughts, and all those kind of things, infrastructure, food security, employment. So we cannot afford a lavish spending of money on governance. That's why this bill is called Punguza Mzigo. Basically, lower the burden of governance on Kenyans. That is the conceptual framework of this bill. It's not just another phrase, it's not a hashtag, it's about how do we reduce the cost of running governance in this country and how we can rechannel that money to achieving real development. I also want to say that this bill is not about politics. Allow me to emphasize that. The bill is about real issues that affect Kenyans. We therefore urge Kenyans not to allow politicians, including ourselves, to play simplistic politics with this bill. For us at Third Way, Kenya, this is not political competition. Rather, our desire to see the Constitution is followed and that services are brought to your very doorsteps. That's why you can see the chairman of Democratic Party here. You can see Mr. Ocheng here. You can see Mr. Kilonzo here. You can see Owiti here. We are distancing ourselves from politics because we are addressing real issues that will make all of us prosper together as a country. So I want to urge, even as this bill comes to the county assemblies, please, let's not play politics with it. We want to prosper together as a country. We want to see our constituencies develop. We want to see everybody measuring development from the constituency level, from the ward level. Do you have clean water? Do you have electricity? Do you have roads? Do you have lighting? Do you have job opportunities? So that really cannot be a politics. Of course, we also appeal to Kenyans. We will be announcing, hopefully by Tuesday, how Kenyans can support this initiative, including, people are already asking us, how can we contribute? How can we make sure that you are going all the way to the counties? We want to come to the counties, all the 47 county assemblies, because I've seen there's a section either of the political class or some people who have not read this bill, who are actually distorting facts about this bill. Let me be categorical. Nobody is cutting down counties, or nobody in this bill is merging counties. Wards will remain 1,450 as they are, because we want to use them to accelerate development. So nobody will lose a ward, nobody will lose a county. Those are, our constitution is developmental in its very nature. So we want to use that. We now want to bring development beyond county headquarters. The truth be told, if today as an MCA you are not in good terms with your governor or even with your member of parliament, the people you represent in that ward are all collectively punished because we disagree politically. What we are saying is today let's begin to measure maendeleo beyond county headquarters. Let's also see those tarmac roads, not just in the county headquarters as we see them today, but in those wards. Let's see electricity, let's see schools. Can our kids walk around the block to a good school, to be treated in a hospital with enough medication? That's what we are appealing. So we will come to the county. That's why we will appeal to you to send us to the counties, and we will come and explain the contents of this bill as has been proposed. Because it's received support from 1.2 million Kenyans as confirmed by Iebc. So let's keep to the contents of the bill as they are, but as the promoters of this bill, we have an obligation to come round and explain to people about this bill. We are not abolishing Senate. I've heard people say this bill is abolishing Senate. No, we are actually strengthening Parliament by elevating Senate to be a upper house with veto power, so that some of the things that are happening in the National Assembly can be checked by somebody with veto power. And there are many examples we have given in the bill, including the passage of the VAT Act of 2013, which was basically punitive to you, Mama Mboga, when you are told pay VAT on paraffin, processed milk and all that. We feel that, that bill should have been vetoed by somebody. And that's why we are saying Senate still remains, but with veto power.